everyone, welcome back to another freak show edition. I've got the Stardust Shadows on the table, and I'm just going to continue on with this time IMO podcast, which is, in my opinion, Michelle Obama. Now, going back a while ago, I did actually have her listed to read anyway on her own, because I thought, after a previous viewer's request and Jennifer Anderson, I thought there's a bit of betrayal happening there. Whether it was Jennifer or whether it was someone else, it was some sort of betrayal, and she was definitely putting her foot down, not attending funerals, and went the swearing in of Trump as well. So I did actually have her down, but then just recently I ended up catching the virus and spent basically a whole week in bed, and I just couldn't concentrate. And I thought, you know what, she's, she's, I think she's still in her midlife crisis, actually. I had seen the advertising of it, and I thought, well, why not listen? She might have some good, things, Wrong. Everything was me, I. I mean, even just in one of their segments, it's like, I'm making this completely mine. I think we all need to be coached throughout our lives, and I think therapy is a form of coaching, and apparently she's straight out of the White House and into therapy. Wow. I thought, for someone who is such a strong woman, and how she was coming across for, 2 terms, I didn't see this one coming, and I'm thinking, what has happened? Who was the person that, was on that stage? And then she's forever saying really, really horrible things about marriage, and she even declared that you're going to have a bad decade. You don't go into marriage. She also thought that it was very, very good that she never had a son, because she would end up having another Barack, right? You've such a burden to have children, from 1 to 13 years of age. It was such a burden. I mean, if anyone's going to end up in therapy, I'm sure her daughters need to. Can you imagine your mother actually turning around and saying that you were a burden until you were 13? Allegedly, right? But like you're a real pain, or whatever. Apparently she went kicking and screaming into the White House as well, and I'm thinking, what are you talking about? I mean, you met Obama, you met Barack. You knew he was, well, there's a word that is probably not a good word. You can say he was tailored, right, from the get-go to end up in the White House. So she knew what was happening there. It's all victimhood. It's all, and during the podcast, of course, there's videos, and what's she doing with her hair? I mean, you've got a mohawk on one of them. You've got a Mickey. I mean, this person is 60, right? You've got Mickey Mouse ears, and then you've got, I don't know what, sitting on top of one stage, and then when you have a look at that anniversary picture just recently that was posted, I mean, she looked horrible. She really did look horrible. I'm sorry, but I'm thinking, wow, there's something going on with this one, and hence the reason why I'm saying freak show. So I just really want to know what Michelle Obama's problem is, because this is not the person that I thought she was. Very much an eye-opener. All right, temperance and patience. Okay. Well, that's not Michelle. That's not Michelle. Michelle, actually, ironically, is the devil. She's a Capricorn. Okay. Not involved, did not see. Okay, well, let's just keep going and find out what the story is there. It looks a bit like her brother, actually. I don't know what his role is. who's just another yes man, I think. The past, Six of Cups, and similar under the same umbrella. Well, yes, that's exactly right. I'll leave that there. Um, yeah, this is where I'm going with the. She knew, they were both lawyers and whatever. They were going through school and college together. She knew what she was getting into. She knew what they were. They were. I've got to be careful with that word. It starts with G and it rhymes with room, right? That they were making him, kind of thing. Oh, sorry about that. They were making him, he was there to do the White House, right? Okay, so, how can she say she was kicking and screaming? Rebirth and in a new form. Oh, Lord, absolutely. Absolutely, she is. And this is the King of Coins here. Well, that's the wealth status. And that's another thing that is absolutely well stated. So I'm going to leave that there. But at the end of the day, she is reborn. She's doing this midlife crisis, right? But this is your wealth status, and this is. I mean, she wouldn't. Well, no one would know who she is, right? If she didn't marry who she did. Okay. So now all of a sudden, well, now she's got her midlife crisis and she's got an identity issue happening. Knight of Swords, execute. Yeah, exactly. And complicit, knowingly participating. Absolutely. So you've got the Knight of Swords here on the tarot side of things. You've got some sort of change. It's all over the internet. It's all over on the media and everything like that. That's exactly what she's trying to do. She's trying to change something. She's trying to get her point across. I think she was hurt very badly by Barack. If that's by Obama, by her husband. And she's got an axe to grind, absolutely. There's the skills here, 8 of Coins, and trauma healing required. So there you go. So even without knowing what oracle is on, because I really don't know, that's why I read them out. And you can actually see them every time I pull them out. I make sure you can read them as well. But as long as the lighting works, she's been hurt. She's absolutely been hurt. She doesn't need the money. I mean, she doesn't need anything. It's quite obvious. I mean, she said a couple of times through some of the I didn't listen to all of them. I just couldn't. It was all, I'm Michelle Obama. I'm this. I'm that. The ego is over the top. It's just unbelievable. So she's saying that she's got more skills than just being the president's wife, right? Okay. I'm not too sure when she practiced law. Did she ever practice? I do believe that she was a lawyer. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I was always under the impression that she was a lawyer. Has she ever practiced? Exactly. Enchantment, dark arts. Well, that I can believe. Dirty work, Knight of Coins, and there's the Knight of Shining Armor coming to save the day. But she was well and truly aware of the situation because she's similar as well. She knew what was happening from the get go, and I think that's when I stopped listening to it when she turned around and said that kicking and screaming in the White House. No worries. Betrayal, 5 of Swords. There you go, there's confirmation. That would explain the healing side of things as well. And I think you'll find that was this one, trauma healing required. And this is your 5 of Swords. This is your fighting. This is your in-house bickering. This is thinking you've won the war, but you actually haven't won. It doesn't matter. You can, do whatever you're going to do, say whatever you're going to say, but you've actually in for a lifetime. I can't see them getting divorced. I really can't. I could be wrong. The only thing that I can think with the betrayal side of things is that if he's ever busted, like through backgrid or whatever, then the divorce will happen overnight. But whatever happens behind closed doors, it does look like that she's she's in for the long haul. And I think somehow she played the game for 10 years, and now Obama's actually going to be paying for the rest of his life. Allegedly entertainment purposes only. You got stability, 4 of Wands here, and set up to take the blame. And this is pretty much where I was going. Obama's going to, not have a really nice life going forward. Literally, and she's going to make sure that this does tend, now what the cards are saying, this tends to make sense of the freak show that she's trying to portray that her life was about when she was in the White House. I mean, there's a bit of a betrayal there, if you ask me. I mean, she was all kissy and lovey-dovey, and everyone looked after her, and she had all these wellness books and power books and everything like that, and now look at what she's doing. Gossip, not all true. Okay. Instability, King of Cups. Well, I'm not too sure who the King of Cups is. He's a Leo, and I'm not reading about anyone else at the moment except for just these two. Maybe this is the brother. He just looks like a yes man, and gossip, all not true. He does come across as some sort of gossiper. Maybe he gets something, maybe he feeds her, and then she can turn things into her own side of things and turn the narrative into her own misery, literally, because that's what it's coming across. Very, very depressing, everything, not just one or two of, every time she opens her mouth, it's it's freaky. Okay, renewal and the star. She wants to be the star. She's sick of being second rate. She's sick of being, the first lady, even though she was happy at the time, or what appears to be happy at the time. She's now going to tell you otherwise. This is classic example, but she does have to watch her back, definitely. She's got to be very, very careful. To what point? I'm guessing you can only put down the former president that was in for 2 terms as well for so long before something's going to happen. And I think they both like being stars as well. They both like getting up there. I mean, we saw what they did with the previous election. Very, very interesting. I think she's trying to basically renew her brand, and I really don't think she's doing it the right way. Story, a directive, narrative. Yeah, exactly. This is what she's trying to get across. Absolutely. Alliances, 2 of Cups. So she's aligned herself with someone. I would say this is her brother here. Absolutely. Yes, man, no one's going to put her down. If you're talking about some sort of relationship, you can't have 2 people that have got the pants on in this relationship. It doesn't appear to be the case. Barack's not going to put up with that kind of stuff. I do believe that they have separated, but I don't believe that they'll get a divorce unless one of them decide to make something public. They basically do what Bezos and Sanchez did the previous freak show, where, the infidelity was actually obvious, and then, of course, then the deals start and they start leveling up, literally, with the 3 of Wands and a secret entrance. So as long as things go through the back door, it doesn't matter. It's nothing new to her. I think this has been an ongoing thing, and everything's all allegedly, of course, but it looks like she's leveling up the playing field. This is very similar to the previous reading when I was reading about Jennifer Aniston. The same energies are coming through again, same cards. But yeah, you've got acquisition here, to obtain or gain, and then you've got dishonesty and 7 of Swords. So there's your cheating card outright. I really do believe that that's what happened. And once the trust is broken, that's it. Your history. And I think she is exploited talents here. And the reckoning or judgment. So absolutely, she is judging him. She is doing it very vocally. The amount of things that she's saying She's constantly putting him down, constantly. It's very obvious. It's extremely obvious that she wants some sort of second chance. She wants a platform. She's creating this narrative now. It's pretty much like, what can we say, Josie and Beyonce and Lemonade kind of thing. It's very obvious what is happening now. The cards are coming through, bound, tied to it, endings and death. And this is your transition here. This is your moving on. This is cutting off your dead wood. This is exactly what she's doing. She's cutting him off, even though she's going to stay married to him. Yeah, bit of a freak show, right? Cleaned up, goes quiet or hidden. Nine of Swords here, guilt and worry. So there's a lot of anxiety. Absolutely, a lot of anxiety now. I would say, she's saying that she's in therapy. I think she needs to stay in therapy. She's got anxiety. She's got depression. She's definitely, like I said, she's got an axe to grind, accepting, surrendering to fate. And this is the Queen of Swords, and this is your strategist. This is your divorce card here, and I wonder just how much she can push him. I really do. Or I wonder how much she can push herself with being this kind of negative person. Everything's negative. There's nothing positive with her at the moment. This is the person that, for years and years of well-being and power, strength, and everything like that. There's nothing positive with this woman at the moment. I think they really do probably need to get a divorce. I really do think that they need to get a divorce. The cards are saying this anyway. All right, negotiation, Two of Coins. So there's your argy-bargy. There's some sort of an agreement happening. That's also, now we've got a movie. Why does that not surprise me? Why does that not surprise me? I wonder if they'll sell. Who will they sell? Will it be Netflix? I don't think it'll be Spotify because they got kicked off, right? I wonder if Ted's going to come. But there's some sort of deal, some sort of movie. This is probably going to be around about the divorce side if this happens, or the official separation. I think they're separated already. I think, well, even according to Blind, they were separated, right? The devil, there she is there. Debauchery, definitely. Story to tell, singing like a bird. This is exactly what she's doing. 100%. This is her card. This is exactly what she's doing. So she's singing like a bird. And to be perfectly honest, I think the only thing that Barack can probably do is to shut her up, literally, without going and spilling every little secret, which it appears that she's going to be leading to, allegedly entertainment purposes only, is slap with their NDA. I don't think she'll sign that. I really don't. Not in her headspace at the moment, but there's some sort of deal happening anyway. So yeah, interesting. Improvement, a better situation. Get away, Six of Swords. That's exactly what she's doing. The cards are saying, get the divorce, take the agreement, just get away. Just get away. This is what the cards are saying. To make a better, you can't continue on here because it's draining. It's very, very draining. It's not healthy to be the kind of person that they are at the moment. And this is your Nine of Cups and desire. This is all your toxic things. This is all what you wish for as well. What I mean toxic is possibly a little bit of, I don't know if she drinks alcohol. Maybe she might be a wine mum or something. But, there's lots and lots of desires and what she wishes for here with the Nine of Cups. And she's got to stop. This is just going to be draining otherwise. It's not healthy. It's not healthy what she's doing. And then, of course, you have the Six of Wands and well known, and that's a reprimand, warning or discipline, and she's very defensive. So, yeah, we're going on the same story here. She's going to defend until the cows come home. Something has happened Absolutely. The trust was broken. It was broken quite some time ago, and she has just got nasty on it. She's got dirty on it. There's a lot of trauma involved. So that's cutting really, really deep. The cards are recommending that, basically they separate. The cards are recommending that they get a divorce. That's what they're recommending. She does a deal, and she just moves on to a better place, because if she's going to continue with all this negativity, it's not going to be good. It's not going to be good at all. The Six of Wands is going to be, they're too well known, right, on who they are for her to be so negative. The people like me that have only just, clicked in and clicked out, I couldn't stand it the way she was carrying on. It was all about me. Like I said, I'm Michelle Obama, And it's like, yeah, honey, I know who you are, but look at who you are at the moment. Is this who you want to be? Don't worry about your mohawks and your Mickey Mouse hair and, whatever you're doing. Is this who you want to be? She's got an axe to grind. He hurt her, got into the cards. There was cheating involved. And, yeah, it's playing out on not so much the main stage, but if there's some sort of movie around, well, you never know. So that is why I included Michelle Obama in the Freak Show, because she is not the person that I knew for, let's say 20 years. She's not this person. The person that is coming out on this IMO podcast is not the person that any of us knew. And on that note, please let me know what you think in the comments. Please like, share and subscribe. And let me know if you've got anyone that would fit under my Freak Show editions. Okay, see you again soon. Bye.